place like home. There's no place.
Home. Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
Hi there. Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Dole, and this is Home Wizards, your radio home for all things home, garden, and life improvement. I hope you're having a great day. It is a little hot out there, but I hope that you also can get some cool factor by having fun with us every Saturday, because this is where we talk about all things home, garden, and life improvement. This is the place where we find the ways to make the spaces you call home, inside and outside, just a lot better, because I think when that happens, then life is better. And so be prepared. We're going to give you all kinds of great ideas and inspiration and techniques and trends to whether you want to do it yourself or hire it done, have some great ideas and things to really, whether it's big or little, to improve those little areas that you call home. 888-KFWB-980 is the number that you'd like to keep handy. I hope it's 888-539-2980. And as you're driving around, by the way, and if you have to get out of the car, remember that you can also be listening through your iPhone or your BlackBerry, so you can just take it inside while you're getting your little things on the honey-do list. Why not? Or you can go back to your computer and listen from live streaming as well. So coming up on the show today, as you are gearing up for holiday company, I know you are, because that's what we're doing. I mean, can you believe it? Halloween is almost here, and then everything's coming, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Are you tackling some little improvement projects to make it look, extra spiffy for the family and friends? Well, of course, one of the easiest things to do is to paint, but how do you pick the right kind of paint for the job? And how do you know what's inside the paint is going to really be a strong and durable choice? Well, we're going to talk with some paint experts here to guide us through the process. Not only what makes paint scientifically better than other paints, but also some great new colors that have been unveiled for the new year. We're going to learn about what's hot and what's not, so be prepared for some fun on that. Then, of course, speaking of the calendar moving quickly forward, it is the countdown to the holiday season, starting with Halloween, and I think Halloween is so much fun. It is, by the way, the second most popular holiday for decorating and spending. And so Better Homes and Gardens is going to be here with us to give us some really fun ideas, some creative and inexpensive ideas to kind of do up your house, whether you want to have it look great for trick-or-treaters or the adult kids at heart. Some fun things from the costume party decor to pumpkins, of course. So something to look forward to a little bit later. And then, of course, we're going to head to the garden. We always have to do that. We're going to talk with a guy who has an eye and a knack for landscaping, because after all, he's done it for Disney. Hello. He's made the happiest place or places on Earth all over the planet look gorgeous. I mean, he gets this cool job of driving and flying around looking for what is interesting and distinctive. And so we're going to learn about the gardens of kings and queens, and what are the kings and queens of today, and how do we get that with maybe very little king and queen cash. So keep all that going in your head. We're going to have a lot of fun. The number again is 888-KFWB-980. And by the way, if you're listening and you hear something, you wish you could have written it down, you liked the idea, and then you had to go somewhere, or you didn't catch it, don't worry. All the shows always go back up on the website, cindydole.com. cindydole.com, and I hope while you're there that you'll join the forum and the chat. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time for us during the week to talk about home things and garden things and ask questions and share projects, so cindydole.com. And by the way, when you are there, I hope that you'll go and look at the photos section. I had something really very cool this week. I got to go to Bunhams and Butterfields, the auction house. We've had them on the show before. And I got to see a sneak peek at this upcoming estate auction. Have you ever heard of a woman by the name of Maria Helen Smith? I hadn't, I'm ashamed to say, and she passed away just this year in her 90s, but she actually is quite historic in terms of broadcasting. She's one of the first women to have owned a TV station in this country, and while she was doing all these fabulous things, she also had quite the eye for furniture and furnishings, and so now her estate, her collection from all over the world is going to be up for auction, and so you have to go to the photo album on the website. I got to try on this blue topaz ring of hers. It's about the size of a grape. It's amazing. And then she has all these great pieces of furniture, European and Asian works that are from the 19th centuries, and really some distinctive things. And if you haven't ever been to Bunhams and Butterfields, by the way, you can go there. They have this thing once a month where you can take 5 of your possessions, and they will, for free, give you an appraisal. And so check it on the website, cindydole.com, and I'm right there in likes and links. I think I have the information. I think next one's coming up this Monday. Kind of a fun thing to take pictures of your stuff, or actually physically take your stuff, and they'll tell you what it's worth. So it's kind of like the Antiques Roadshow right here on Sunset Boulevard. All right, well, let's get started now to our first guest, because, of course, paint is one of the easiest ways to bring color and instant change to your home and, of course, to your world. So if you are thinking of changing a room or many rooms and painting it black or who knows what color, before you even go there, you want to make sure that the paint that you select is going to really work for you. And in our backyard, did you know that we have one of the leading manufacturers of paint, the Behr Paint Company? And it started out as a stain-making process after World War II. One of the founders did all this in his family garage in good old Pasadena. And then it evolved to what is now their headquarters in Santa Ana. And not long ago, I got to go and take the tour to see how they make paint. I mean, it really is so fascinating. It is a lot like CSI. And so with me is one of their specialists to talk about it and give us some demonstrations on what we need to look for in paint. So Rick Mueller, thanks for being here.
My pleasure, Cindy. I'm excited.
And so you got into this because you used to be a painter yourself.
Out of college, I did.
Uh-huh. Everyone, I guess, has done some painting out of college.
It seems like it, right.
You know, pays
right.
the bills. And now you have this very fun look at really the science combined with like a game show. I mean, you're telling people, whether it's at trade shows or people in the business, what goes on with paint, right?
Right. As a national trainer, I travel the country for Behr, representing our company, doing training seminars, doing trade shows like you had mentioned, conferences, those kind of things, to show there really is a difference in paints. It's all about the ingredients inside the can.
Yeah. And I don't think people really pay attention to the ingredients.
No.
Do we? Yeah.
So often we look at price.
Yeah.
And in the paint business, you get what you pay for.
And when I was at your factory, your headquarters, it really is like you have these different scientists and chemists who are analyzing the competitor's paint, and then also your paint, and then how it stands up, and then you're testing it under different kind of weather conditions, and you really want to put it through the paces, don't you?
Oh yeah. Our lab, just like you said, it's kind of like going to the CSI
it's fun.
lab.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. When we get to take people through there, I take customers through pretty often, and they are fascinated when they come out. They said, "I had no idea." First of all, as you walk through, you probably noticed you could eat lunch on the floor in there. That's a paint factory, and yet meticulous about keeping clean. You know, go back to the lab like you were talking about, all kinds of equipment in there, high tech. We got an electron microscope in there. There are only top universities in this country that have one of those. So that finding out about a paint film is extremely important. We want to make sure when the customer is using a particular product that we manufacture, it needs to do what we say it's going to do. It needs to stay on the wall if you're going to put the paint there.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of important, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and so that gets to the chemistry and the science part. And you're going to show us, I guess, a couple of differences in what can happen when paint doesn't have what it's supposed to have, I guess, to stay on the wall. But whether you are a DIYer or a professional, right? How do we just, I mean, looking at the can, know if paint's going to have all the ingredients that it should have? I mean, is there something that we should look for?
No, from the can is not going to tell you. It's not like the food industry. Food industry, you have to list all the ingredients.
Yeah.
And you start out with the number one ingredient. You work your way down. I was joking with my wife yesterday. She brought home this nice box of cereal that I liked, and I thought, oh, this is nice, healthy stuff. The second ingredient was sugar.
Well, of course.
It's kind of like,
that's
no
why
wonder I like it.
That's why you're revved up so much right now.
That's right. So it's the same kind of thing. In the paint industry, that's proprietary information. Those are our specifications for the chemicals that we're using.
Your magic formula.
Yeah, it's our magic special sauce in there. We don't want to put that on the can. So how do you tell if you're a consumer? You really got to look at the price, Cindy. You look at the price. If you're buying an $8 paint, you're going to get $8 worth of product.
All right. When we come back, we're going to see why one particular kind of paint doesn't do so well compared to another in terms of staying where it's supposed to stay. It's going to be kind of sad, isn't it?
Right.
All right. The fun continues as we're talking about paint and what to look for, and then a little bit later we're going to hear about some of the new paint color trends, new out for 2011. 888-KFWB 980 is the number. You can call on in. My name's Cindy Dole, and this is Home Wizards. We're back after this.